Morning folks, this soap is brought to us by Stirling Soap. The name of this one here is Obsidian. It's licorice scented and it's glacial, so it's going to have a good strong cooling effect. So what it looks like on the inside is, I guess you might say, a charcoal color. It's a very soft soap. If you're unfamiliar with Stirling, it comes in about 5.8 ounces. It's on sale right now for a whole $11. Good buy. If you're looking for something a little bit lighter on the licorice scent as well as the menthol, probably look towards the black ice version of this. I have it whipped up here in a Sarabachi bowl here, and that's about the consistency I've got it whipped up as. Just a little on the drippy side, yogurt looking like, and this is what it looks like inside the bowl. Smells great. This is awesome. It's going to be a great shave this morning. Already put the pre-shave oil on the face this morning from Yulay, and there's not much left in there. Here pretty soon I'll be working on to something different. Got the Allen block, no rubber band this morning. It is getting quite small, so hopefully maybe by Christmas I'll have a new block started. This is Humphrey's witch hazel. This one here is unscented, but I did add menthol and peppermint to it, so it is scented now. And I got the matching aftershave to go right along with it, so it's going to be a rockin' shave this morning. Topping it off, I guess you might say, to add for the uniqueness of the shave, this is a Muhle R41. It has a crystal blade in it. This will be the second use. I think it's referred to as crystal super platinum. At any rate, when I get done with the shave, I'll try to remember to take it apart so you can see what that blade looks like. This shaver here, if you get it used, may not get the instructions to go along with it, but the guess you might say the key to this one here, besides finding a blade that works well for you, is gentle pressure. Really got to master that in order to get a good shave with this shaver. Too much pressure is a bad thing with this one. But at any rate, prior to putting the pre-shave oil on, I already put a hot towel to the face to help prep the face. And go ahead and get started here. I did shave with this blade and razor yesterday. I'll try to remember to put a link to my blog down below if you want to follow along what I shave with that's not on camera. But the R41, I can get good shaves with it. In other words, most of the time I have yet, try not to jinx myself with weepers, nicks, cuts. I get pretty good shaves, nice close shaves. I don't know that this shaver will be for everyone until you develop a good technique, especially with this one. You want to be patient with it. As it goes for where's the best place to buy it, in my opinion, I'll put a link down below. It's out of stock right now. The name of the website is Modern Man. It's a UK website. I order from there from time to time. When this was in stock, it was under $36. In other words, a good place to get this. I would, if you're really looking for something like this, I would wait till they get it back in stock. And they also offer the place where you can click on it and they send you an email when it does get back in stock. But I would wait till then, because otherwise you're going to pay a good $25, maybe even $30 more to get one like this. In other words, I would wait till it comes back in stock and get it from them. And their shipping is pretty reasonable in my opinion. So you might want to take advantage of that and order a few more items. In other words, Derby shaving cream, a couple of bucks I think it is for a tube. They have some other items there that you might want to check out. If you have followed with Don with from Wet to Face on Facebook, not as well as YouTube. He had a video not very long ago. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. Dapper Dan shaving cream. Modern Man has it there. I didn't check to see if it was in stock, but I know that they carry it there. Like I said, gentle pressure is really the key for this shaver to get good shaves without it causing major issues, as well as find the blade that works best for you. If you had any experience with DEs, you may find that some blades work better in some shavers than others. Your mileage may vary, in other words. But this is a really nice looking shaver, though. You have to give it that for sure. It's a good looking one. It's like that rose gold handle really sets it off. And right around the $35 mark, it's a good value. I didn't pay $35 for this one. I paid more. I've had this one for a while. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I got this before I found the Modern Man's website. There's so many websites out there selling shaving equipment, it's hard to keep up with all of them, much less finding them. What got me started on this particular shave is I didn't actually have this one in mind until I saw Tim's video with it, and that kind of inspired me to go ahead and use it. I was going to use this a little bit later on, but after I saw Tim's video, I thought, yeah, I'll go ahead and follow his lead, I guess you might say. I also got a little bit of Shaven Butcher's video. Haven't quite finished it just yet. He was trying out Cremo Cream. He said he usually uses it on his head, and he was trying it on his face. And for me, I find Cremo Cream best as a pre-shave, especially, in other words, take a moment and work it into your face, and using it as a pre-shave, it definitely adds a lot to the slickness. Have to say, it doesn't do much for the post-shave. Not quite like what I feel like the pre-shave oil does. But the thing is, you can get a tube of that for near the $5 mark, and it's going to last you a good long while, because it doesn't take a whole lot to put on your face and use it as a pre-shave. I have tried to use it as a just like a shaving cream, and it may take some tinkering with it to get used to it, get it right where a person might like it. It's how can you say, just not my thing. It will work pretty good though if you're in a hurry, in a pinch, because it is slick. And if you're in a hurry and you just need a single pass shave or something like that, definitely it works out great in that aspect. Like I say, it's just using it as a regular shaving cream on a daily basis is just not my thing. In case you might say I didn't appreciate it that much, but as a pre-shave, it works pretty well. I would use it in a pinch, like I said, especially if you're traveling, single pass shave for the day. Especially if you're using a really nice, efficient shaver. It'll work quite well for you. Just enough to give you slickness to get that razor to glide across your face without causing irritation, razor burn. I do enjoy the R41. I don't shave with it enough. It is one of those razors that I try not to use very often because I do like it, and I find myself wanting to shave all week with it. In other words, it'll limit my experience with other shavers. Boy, this smells good. For me, this kind of lather also works well with a shavette or a straight razor. Guess you might say a little bit on the wet side. Some might even consider it thin because it is wet. It looks thin, but this is fairly thick. Might contribute the thickness, I guess you might say, to the creaminess of the soap. I really like this scent. It's unique, like I said. It may not be for everybody, but this scent is really nice. And it's got plenty of thickness, slickness it is. Definitely could go over a spot several times with this and not have to worry about any kind of irritation. The blade itself, crystal, persona blade in other words. This particular shave is on the second use on this blade. Normally I do a one and done, but just thought I would try it, especially with the R41, to see how it works out for me. Believe it or not, I think the second shave is a bit smoother than the first shave with this blade in this razor. It's going to be a close shave, I can feel it. In other words, near BBS, that's for sure. Oh, I should mention also, this is, there's two versions of the head that I'm aware of. This is the newer version. I do not have any experience with the older one. In other words, from what I understand, over time, they decided to, the manufacturer decided to change the head where it's a little bit milder. So in other words, this one here is a milder version of the older one, which would be fun to try. I would like to try that one. But I don't know, to be honest with you, how you distinguish by looks, just to look at it, the difference between one head and the next, the old, the new. It's just that I know that I didn't start wet shaving until basically April of 2015, and in other words, by the time I got this, it was at least 2016, maybe going into 2017. I'm not real sure when I got this, but in other words, I think the switch was made in 2013, so I'm pretty sure this is the new version. It just stands to reason that the old stock has already, been depleted by the time I got around to getting mine. Nice cooling effect. Temperature is finally cooled off here, but we have to think, what was it, Sunday? Or was it, yeah, I think Sunday heat index got up to 107, I think it was. Monday was still warm, but we got some rain in, and Tuesday, and so he's cooled off finally. But it's supposed to warm back up. I think it's supposed to get near 90 this weekend. No stinging. This is just a great shave. I knew it would be. I guess you might say that reading the instructions and that wording of gentle pressure just really, I guess you might say, hit home in my head to help dial in how much pressure to use on a razor like this. And ever since then, I have kind of incorporated that idea of starting out with a new razor, just gentle pressure, and then adjust from there. For instance, earlier I had shaved with the stick shick, and that one there I can get by with putting more pressure than what I normally would with a shaver. You just have to, I guess you might say, get very familiar with your shaver. Find out what you can and can't do, what you can get away with, if you will. This one here is not one of those that you want to push. you'll you'll find out the hard way. It doesn't work very well at pushing that razor. Gentle pressure is the key to this one, along with finding that blade that works well for you. But for me, what really caught my eyes when they came out with the rose gold handle, when they came out with that, that was, I guess you might say, the part that kind of triggered for me to go ahead and get one of those. That, and I heard, you know, all the stories, you know, the videos that you might see out there, that's the restrictor there, about how aggressive the shaver was, but then that was probably with the older head as opposed to the newer one. In other words, I felt like I was up to the challenge. Definitely going to be smelling good today. This is, I can, oh, it just fills the bathroom. This is awesome. I'm glad a matter of fact, I have 2 of these. Couldn't get just one. I got 2 of them. I want to make sure that if they decide to quit making it, I got a backup. It's a great scent. I really like it. I enjoyed my shave this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.